Hey you, Sarah here. In this video, we're going to explore researching topics related to those presented in Behind the Beautiful Forevers. If you're nervous about research, don't be. After this video, you're going to navigate databases like a boss. We've created a super exciting research guide with a ton of awesome resources for you. Check it out in ULearn for English 1020 under the Library and Research tab. The book is really intense. I was shocked to learn that all of the characters are real. Not even the names have been changed. In thinking about research, there are so many heartbreaking topics, from those so desperate they seek escape through addiction, to tensions over religion, caste, gender, and power, to the complex ways in which Western industry, such as that represented by those luxury hotels, contribute to social inequality. I need to make some choices. I'm going to keep it simple by focusing first on poverty and India. I'm also intrigued by the gender dynamics in the book, the ways in which Asha's experience differs from Fatima's, and how both differ from Abdul's, for example. So I might throw in gender. Let's get started. From JWU Link, click on the Library tab, and then on the home page, click on the big blue button. From here, I need to choose some databases. I've selected these carefully because they dovetail nicely with this particular topic. For example, ebooks are fantastic for cutting-edge recent research. America History and Life will handle some of those complex socioeconomic topics that are covered. Academic Search Complete, as you can see if you hover, which provides a nice synopsis of what is inside the database, is the gold standard. So you always want to make sure for these types of topics that you include that one. Great. Okay, so I'm going to play around with some keywords, which are just words about your topic. And I'm going to keep it simple by focusing first on just India and poverty. I also want to focus on full text articles so I can read all of them online. And let's keep it in the 21st century, okay? Sweet. All right, so I have about 2,000 articles. That's great. I want to scroll down and take a look at some of the titles to see if anything grabs my eyes. Poverty in rural India, interesting. Income and the environment, a lot of really interesting choices. But this one really caught my eye. Let's take a peek. Journal of Developing Areas, super recent. And look at these hyperlinked subject terms, a fantastic way to further refine my topic. I've heard of socioeconomic before, but I'm not quite sure what it is, so let's define it through Google. Okay, the interaction of social and economic factors. That sounds perfect for the book. Taking a peek at the abstract, it looks like this is a little bit too scientific. There's 25 socioeconomic variables and it's 18 pages long. I might come back to explore socioeconomic as a subject term if I don't find out what I like if I add in gender. Interesting, a lot more targeted, just over 250. Again, I'm just going to scroll down and take a look to see if anything really jumps out at me. Gender and social protection beyond mothers and safety nets looks really interesting, and that's an ebook. Taking a quick peek, elementary education. This one still seemed most interesting. Gender poverty and old age livelihoods in urban South India. This is in the Oxford Development Studies, also quite recent. Look at these subject terms: poverty, globalization, gender. South India gets its own geographic term. They're all hyperlinked. This article examined how older women's work in the informal economy, very similar to the informal economy in Anawati in the book, how that informal economy contributes to family, national, and global economies. Really interesting. I want to email this to myself. Choosing MLA citation format to save myself a ton of time. I'll pop in my school email, perhaps copy the first few words in the subject, and click send. Let's go back to the result list. I think I'm well on my way to refining my topic, and I can explore a little bit more as I go. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Research Detective. And remember, every time you ask a librarian, somewhere, somehow, a tiny kitten jumps for joy.